Hi everybody, welcome to my Oris BC3 um, day date review. I've had this watch for 7 years and it's been through its paces, so I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts about the ownership of this watch. So first of all, this is the box that it comes with. It's a very nice box. Take the lid off and you're greeted with the front opening like a lot of watch boxes. However, on the Oris, you have sort of this multi-layered cabinet style, which is sort of cool. So on the bottom here, you have the manual. Slides out, very high quality. It's hard, sort of like a cardboard, and the manual is part of it as well. And your service centers is also part of it. Okay, so it's really well made, and you have your cards, your warranty cards. And then also even in here, I think this actually, I thought this pulls out. No, this does not pull out. So that's it there. Nice engraving here. Just fold back, slide it in, the pull-out tab facing towards you. And then of course you have the main box that pulls out. And here we will see the watch. Again, it's a very well constructed box, floor box. It's quite nice. Pull-out tab. Here is the pull out. There's actually nothing underneath here. And then of course you have your watch. The watch, I guess, holder says Oris on it, which is a really nice touch. And I'm just going to undo the clasp. Put that back. And just throw that back in here. So, this is the Oris BC3 day date. I'm going to dive right into the movement. This uses a Solita SW200 movement, which is a copy of the ETA 2824-2. So this has a display back and you can see the movement inside. And it says, if you can make it out, it says Swiss made Oris high mechanism. There is some stamped serial numbers on the back. Tells you how much this is water resistant to as well, which is 100, I think it's 100 meters. Yep, it says 100 meters. And overall it's very nice engraving. You can see the movement in the back. It's quite nice. I like the black surrounding here on the back, and that sort of matches the bezel. So on this colorway, this has got the gray dial, the gray face with the DLC coated bezel. Okay, so DLC stands for diamond-like coating. It is a coating that is actually used on suspension components to increase the slipperiness of the surface. So it is it's a coating to basically enhance the smoothness of a metal surface. So they have done that on this colorway to have the DLC coating. I think this increases the price a little bit of this model, but not too much. And again, it goes all the way around the crown as well. The crown is quite nice. I'm going to talk about the crown now. The crown it says Oris right on it. So right here it does say Oris on it, and to set it's your typical, you just unwind it, and then you got a couple of positions, 2 positions to set the time, and then the first position is to set the date. So if you turn upwards, you're setting the number of the date, the day of the month, and then if you turn back, you're setting the day of the week. So you can see there. Let's bring it up a little bit closer so you can see. Yep, Friday, and then on the bottom you'll see the numbers change. And then the first position is winding, right? Winding your movement. And then you have to push and hold and turn at the same time to screw the crown back in. So it's a very simple design. It's supposed to be resembling of pilot watches. I got this 7 years ago, and this is when they first released, I think, the sort of this design, this model, the BC series, which stands for, I think, Big Crown, I think. And basically it's a pilot oriented type of watch. It is very easy to read. It's very easy to read. It's a very simple design. It's very elegant. I've had a lot of compliments on this watch. It is not very thick. There is no, as you probably saw on the back, it does not bulge out on the back, so it sits very nicely on the wrist, nice and comfortable and flat. It's not overly thick either, the entire case, plus the sapphire glass, it's not that thick. So overall it sits very nice and looks really good regardless of what we're wearing. I wouldn't say it's, you could probably, if you put on a leather strap, this would probably be dressy enough for a business casual, but not dressy enough for a formal dinner. Some of you might have probably noticed there is a crack in the sapphire glass. So sapphire glass can chip, and I have chipped this. I do remember what happened. I sort of smacked my hand on a brick wall by accident. This was my daily watch. I wore this every single day, and I was doing some construction, and that is what happened. So sapphire is prone to cracking if you bang it hard enough. Hesalite isn't as prone to cracking, but is more prone to scratching. So those are the difference between sapphire and Hesalite. Now this doesn't come in a Hesalite, but you will see a lot of watch companies now really boasting about having sapphire glass. But it is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, depending on what you want. So the glass does not raise from the watch at all. So it's very, it's flat, it's very nice and elegant in that way. It's very simple, I really like that. And the lugs are very, very beefy as well. The bracelet, I have to really say good things about. It's super comfortable, has been ultra durable. Zero problems with this bracelet. And the clasp as well. It still clicks like a brand new watch. Super, has not lost any sort of, has not worn out at all, because this will clip inside there, and that's how this clasp works. But it has not worn at all. It is still super stiff, and it clicks down with, and you need to push some good considerable force before you get that positive click, which means that the clasp is working at its ideal working basically design. So, and on the clasp it does say Oris on it, so that's very nice. The clasp and the bracelet is one huge positive about this watch for sure. Okay, now 7 years now with this watch and no problems whatsoever. The movement has had no problems whatsoever with this watch. Very robust. The Sellita 7200 again is a copy of the ETA 2024, and depending on who you talk to, but most people agree that it is not inferior to an ETA 2024 at all. It is just as good. Relatively easy to service, and overall, for about, this watch goes for, Oris still manufactures this watch, I believe. It goes for about $1,100, $1,000 US, depending on where you're looking. I think it's a very good watch to get into the Swiss automatic pilot type of look if you want to add that to your collection for something affordable. I really believe that Oris makes very, very high quality watches. They feel very well constructed too. They feel very solid. And having, worn this for 7 years for basically every single day and not fail me is pretty incredible, considering the things that I do. The Reserve, it does sort of wear out pretty quickly, but I think it's probably because I haven't really serviced this on time as I should have. I think it should be a 48-hour reserve, but I'm definitely not seeing that anymore. But again, if I service this up to date, I probably would be working much better. But, I'm going to be letting this watch go. I think 7 years is long enough, and someone else can enjoy it. I'm going to put it up on the secondhand market. But overall, I like this watch. I recommend this watch if someone is considering it. It's got a very unique look. Oris makes, I think the quality control is pretty up there. I'm not too sure if it's changed at all in the past 7 years, but from what I've seen, I have test worn a couple of their watches recently, and they seem just as high quality as before. So I'm just going to put it on my wrist so people can see what it looks like. And that's how it fits. I have a very large hand. I wear extra large gloves regardless of the brand, regardless of the style. So I have a large hand, and you can see how this sits on my wrist. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this Oris BC3 Day Date review. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I don't do too many watch reviews, but I'll try to start doing more. Thanks.